Vibe coding or building apps and games with AI is all cool until you get hit with endless loops of bugs and security issues. And now that we have all these AI coding tools floating around, anyone can turn a simple text prompt into a full-fledged app in no time. But making sure everything is done the correct way and our app does not have any bugs or security issues is the difficult part. So today in this video, not only will I show you how to build an online gaming platform that is making thousands of dollars every single month, but also I'll explain a workflow that you can follow to make sure that the apps or websites or games that you build using AI won't have any security issues or bugs. So if that sounds interesting, without wasting any more time, let me quickly jump onto my computer screen and show you the whole workflow in action. So here I have opened up a couple of mini web games platforms or online gaming platforms where people could visit these websites and play mini games like this. And as you can see here, I have opened up a couple of them. And for example, if I open the similar web stats for this particular website, as you can see, this website is getting over 80 million visits per month. And if I open this one right here, and if I pull up the stats, as you can see, it is getting over 171 million visits every single month. And you know what the interesting thing is? Building such kind of a platform is pretty simple and straightforward, and you can actually use AI to build the same. So these are some of the platforms that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars every month by creating simple mini games and hosting the same. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you in today's video. And for creating the mini games website, we'll be using Cursor, AI and TestSprite. So a lot of you might be already aware of Cursor and TestSprite. For the uninitiated, Cursor is a AI-powered code editor where you can download and install Cursor on your computer, and once set up, you can simply give some text descriptions or prompt as to what you want to build and hit enter, and the AI agent within Cursor will build it out for you. So for creating the actual mini games website, we'll be using Cursor AI. And again, if you want to, let's say, use a different AI code editor, for example, let's say Tray AI, you totally can do that as well. And now to make sure our platform or the mini games website that we're about to develop works flawlessly without any issues, endless loops of bugs or security issues, we are actually using TestSprite. So TestSprite is a AI powered software testing agent where after you develop, let's say, an app using Cursor, you can add the TestSprite MCP to Cursor and run a quick backend and frontend test. And now TestSprite AI will analyze your entire code base to see if there is any issue, usability issues, user experience issues, or security vulnerabilities or any bugs, and it will report the same. And once TestSprite has identified all the issues, within just a single click, the AI agent within Cursor will follow the guidelines given by TestSprite and fix all the issues. So basically, Cursor AI and TestSprite are two tools that we'll be using in today's video to create our mini games platform. So here I have already installed and opened up Cursor AI. And now if this is your first time, you can head over to Cursor's website and click on this download option and download it for your computer. So in this case, I have already downloaded and installed and opened it up in here. And here I have installed and set up a basic Next.js based app. Okay. So here we have the basic app. And if I run the npm run dev command, I can start the dev server. Okay. So let me open it up real quick. And there you go. Here we have the basic boilerplate page. And now basically what we want to build is a mini gaming platform. So what you have to do is to click on this button right here that says toggle AI pane, and it opens up this section right here. And now all I gotta do is to explain what exactly I want to build. So first of all, we'll start by building a sleek landing page for our app. And then we will build a couple of games like snake games or maybe Tetris game, space shooter games. So I'll build each three of these and then link the same in the homepage. And after building all these core game features, then we will go ahead and test it out completely using TestSprite. So first of all, let's go ahead and build the landing page. Build a playful, modern and futuristic landing page for an online mini games website called as Game Blitz. So basically it is a website that allows people to play some mini games right within their web browser. I want you to create a sleek looking landing page for the same. And I have already installed and set up Next.js, and you can take it up from here. Make sure to add some cool animations, hover effects and everything else to make the landing page pop. So this right here is the initial version of the prompt I'll give. So basically I want to first create a landing page, and after that we will, let's say, implement and build, let's say, 3 different games. In which ways the AI agent is currently working on the same. And it says, I'll create a playful, modern and futuristic landing page for Game Blitz with cool animations and hover effects. Let me start by examining the current setup and then build out the components. All right. Okay. And now it is asking us the permission to install Framer Motion and Lucid React packages. I'll click on run. So as you can see, the AI agent has started working on a landing page and it will take some time. So let's wait till it is done. Alright, so this right here is the basic landing page that the AI has created for our gaming platform. And if you ask me if it looks really good, well, it is not really that good, but it's totally okay. I just want to show you the overall flow. So if you want to, you can further go ahead and customize the landing page however you want to. Okay, we have this nice effects and all that. Okay, neon light effects and everything else looks good. And next up, we want to build the actual games, right? So here I have opened up a new chat and I'll go ahead and say, first, let's start by creating a snake game. So the root should be /snake-game, and it should be an interactive snake game where the user can play it on their web browser. So I'll give a simple prompt like this and I'll click on the send button. In which ways, let's wait for the AI to build the initial version of the snake game. So it is creating all these to-dos like create snake game, create the root, style the snake game with modern UI, and also test the game functionality. So let's wait for it. All right, so the snake game is now ready, and now I can head back and okay, there I can find a link to access the snake game. And if I click on this play now button, it takes me to a page like this where it asks me to enter my name. So I can enter my name as Astro, and now I'll click on the start game option. So this right here is the simple snake game that we have created, and we have that nice animation every time we eat the apple. And as you can see, the score is being updated in real time towards the top. And we also have a section, we also have a section for the high score section. And as you can see, we have breached the high score. And now I can eat all these apple. And if I hit the wall, as you can see, it says game over. The final score is 60, and it also says new high score. So basically the snake game is now working. And now if I click on this play again option, I can start playing it again and pretty much everything works. So we have the basic snake game working. Next up, let's just say I want to build another game. For example, let's say I want to create a space shooter game. So basically we will have a rocket ship and we should be able to shoot the, obstacles. So that is basically the next game that I want to develop. And for that, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and open a new chat. And this time around, I'll say, next up, I want to build a space shooter game in the /space-shooter root. Basically, it is a space shooter game where we will have a rocket ship and we should be able to use keyboard controls to shoot and eliminate the obstacles. So this right here is the prompt I'll give, and now I'll click on the send button. So basically I'm just speeding up just as to show you how this whole thing worked. And now as you can see, it says I'll help you build a space shooter game. So it will take some time. So let's wait till it is done. All right. So the space shooter game is also ready. And as we asked, it is now in the space shooter directory. And if I type /space shooter and if I hit enter, it now says space blaster. And now it is asking me to enter the name. I'll put my name and I'll click on launch mission. Okay, that's cool. So I'm able to shoot and destroy obstacles and this game. Okay, so I stuck on a obstacle and it says mission failed. The final score is 240, level reached is 1, and it also says new high score. And if I click on retry mission, I can, let's say, play the game again. Okay, so yeah, it works. Okay, and now if I try to, let's say, hit one of these obstacles, as you can see here, it says mission failed. So basically we now have two games in our platform. So the websites that I've shown you in the intro are basically a collection of games like this. So it is a simple website, but it will have multiple these kind of browser games. For example, snake game, shooter games, space shooter games, Tetris game, etc. So you get the idea, right? So basically you create a project like this and ask Cursor to create all these individual games. And now as for monetizing and making money from these kind of websites, the best option would be to add display advertisements. So people are generally not going to pay for these kind of games in most cases. So your best option would be to, let's say, place a display advertisement in here and also maybe underneath, like bottom here. So that is the revenue opportunities that you have. So just like that, we have our working version of the game ready. So as you can see, we have both the snake game and the space shooter game. And if you want to, let's say, add even more games to the platform, you can follow the exact same steps. Just open the Cursor AI agent, ask it to build the games and create it in subdirectories like this. For example, we have snake game, space shooter, etc, etc. And you can keep building games like this. And now this is basically how you create a mini games platform or a mini games website using Cursor. And now that we have the initial, or let's say the basic version of the website ready, the next thing that we will have to do is to make sure that our website works without any problem, and also make sure we don't really have any bugs or issues within our app. So right now we don't really have any login or any other complex features. It is basically a basic game. And next up, to make sure that everything works both on the front end and the back end, we are going to use TestSprite. So basically TestSprite is a AI powered software testing agent that helps you to test the website or web app that you create using AI. So if you do want to make sure your website is completely bug free and does not really have any security issues, the first thing that you're going to do is to click the link in the description below and head over to testsprite.com and sign up for a new account. And they have a MCP tool and you can directly add that to Cursor and then you can get going from there. So first of all, head over to testsprite.com and now I'll click on this option that says try MCP free. But before that, make sure you go ahead and sign up for a new account. I'll click on this install now option. And now I'll click on this option that says add to Cursor and now click on open Cursor. So there you go. Here we can find the install MCP server option right here. And next up, you got to log in to your TestSprite account and then go to API key section and create a new API key, and you'll have to enter the same in here and click on the install button and TestSprite will be added to Cursor. And as you can see here, I have already added TestSprite. So it says TestSprite and 6 tools available. And now that we have added TestSprite, let me quickly show you how we can run a full test. So I'll open the AI agent within Cursor. And now all I gotta do is to say, run a full test using TestSprite to see if our app have any bugs or security issues. Okay, so that is the basic prompt I'll give. So after you add the TestSprite MCP server to Cursor, or let's say Try AI or whatever AI coding tool that you're using, then you can go ahead and give a prompt like this. And for this one, I have given a prompt that says run a full test using TestSprite to see if our app have any bugs or security issues. And if you want to be specific, for example, let's say you only want to run the front-end test or back-end test, you can explicitly mention that in here. So in this case, we don't really have any complex back-end routes, right? So I'll explicitly tell it to do a front-end test. Do a front-end test using TestSprite. And now I'll click on the send button and watch what happens. So everything will be automated. Now the AI will take some input from us and automatically use the TestSprite MCP to run the test and show us all the problems, if any, and also give suggestions as to how to fix the same as well. So let's wait for it. So right now it is calling the TestSprite Bootstrap Test MCP tool. So I'll simply click on this run tool option. And now it opens up this testing configuration page right here. And here we need to input some details. So first of all, we need to select the mode. So in this case, we are actually planning to run a front-end test. So I'll select the front-end option. Scope is going to be code base. And now if your app is protected under user login, you can enter the account username and password in here. So in our case, we don't have user login. So I'll remove that. And next up, we need to mention the port where your local dev server is running. So in my case, it is running in localhost 3000. So it is already pre-filled in here. And next up, I need to add a product specification doc. And now if you already have a product specification doc in any file format like PDF, Markdown, you can add that in here. And just in case if you don't already have one, don't worry, just open Cursor and you can open a new chat and you can go ahead and give a simple prompt, something like this. I'm about to do a thorough front-end test for our gaming platform. So I want you to create a detailed product specification document that I could use. Please create it in a .md file. So you could ask the AI itself to create a product specification doc and click on the send button. And now if you already have a well-defined product specification doc and after creating the document, you started working on the project, you can simply upload the same in here. In which case, let's wait for the AI to create the .md file. And after that, I'll upload the same in here. So let's wait. All right, so there you go. As you can see, it have created the product specification doc in the .md file and it is actually a pretty detailed one. Okay, looks good. I'll click on this keep all button and now I'll upload the same in here. So I can go ahead and select the MD file, click on open and add the same in here. And now all I gotta do is to click on this continue button and click on OK. All right, so that is successfully done. And next up it says, let me generate the code summary and standardized PRD. All right, so I'll click on run tool and let's wait for it. Now the AI agent will go ahead and analyze the code base and generate the code summary. And after that, it will run the actual test. So I'll click on run. So it says now I'll create the code summary JSON file based on my analysis of the code base. So it is currently creating the JSON file. And now it says, let me execute the comprehensive front-end test. And now all you gotta do is to click on this run tool option right here. And now TestSprite will get into action. And based on all the details that it has gathered up until now, it will run a comprehensive front-end test and execute all the tests and generate the code and then show us the result. So let's wait for it. Next up, I'll click on this run option. So there you go. it has started execution at port 58810, and maybe I can make it a bit bigger. And as you can see, in total we have around 11 tasks, or let's say 11 tests that the AI is planning to do, and we can find the number of tests that has been passed or failed, and also the elapsed time as well. And now, depending on how complex your app is or the number of tests that the AI has to do, the time it takes to complete the test will vary. In which ways, we will wait for the AI to complete all these tests, and I'll see you afterwards. Alright, so it seems like the testing is now complete and TestSprite is now creating a comprehensive test result. So let's wait for the result. Alright, so it says based on the test results, I can see that TestSprite has run 11 comprehensive tests on your mini games application. And now let me generate the comprehensive test report based on these results. So as you can see, it is creating the detailed test report in .md file. So let's wait for it. Alright, so the test report is now ready and I can find the .md file created. And if I click on the same, I can open that up in here, and maybe I can make this window a bit bigger like this. And we also have the test results overview in here. And in total, the AI did around 11 comprehensive tests. And out of that, only 2 tests were partially passed. And again, the 9 tests were failed. And now here we have the critical issues discovered. That is navigation system failure. So users can't return to main menu from the games. Yeah, that is one thing. So we don't really have a navigation menu in the individual games page. So from a user experience perspective, it is actually something important, right? So the user should be able to go back to the previous page and access a new game. So that is one thing that we will have to keep in mind. And next up, we have SSR hydration mismatches, so causing rendering inconsistencies. Then we have local storage error handling and also image optimization warnings. So these are everything that the AI has found. And here we can also find a detailed MD file. So if I click on skip all button, so as you can see here, we have the complete test result in here. And now that we have the comprehensive test result in place, the next thing that you'll have to do is to just open a new chat interface. And after that, you can simply drag and drop this test result in here. And you can simply go ahead and ask the AI to fix it based on the test results. So I can simply go ahead and say, the attached is a front-end test report for our app. So based on the details given in the test, fix all the issues that we currently have. Okay. And now I'll click on the enter button. So basically I'm passing this entire test report to the AI and I'm asking it to fix all the issues. And as you can see, it says I'll analyze the test report and fix all the critical issues identified. And here it has created the to-dos, and it says fix non-functional start playing button on the landing pages, fix navigation system, resolve SSR hydration mismatches, etc, etc. And as you can see, these are all errors that we were not really able to find from a naked eye. So normally when we tried to play the game, everything pretty much worked, right? But behind the scenes, we had a lot of these problems that must be fixed before we push it to production. And now the AI is analyzing all the code and will make all the changes to fix all the errors that we have. So this is how useful it is to use the TestSprite MCP tool. And you know what the even cooler part is? If I head over to my TestSprite account and if I click on this option called as MCP test, I will now be able to find all these test results in here as well. So this right here is the mini games. And as you can see, here we have almost all the test failed. And for example, let's say we have something related to gameplay, frame rate, consistency. So if I click on the same, it will now open up more details regarding that particular test. And here I can find the actual preview of the test that the TestSprite AI did. So I'll quickly play it. As you can see, we have the cursor of the AI and it has selected the same. It will now enter a random name, tester, and it clicked on the start game button. Okay, main menu. And as you can see, the AI agent within TestSprite is actually opening up our website and is actually using the website like a normal human would. So it has actually opened up the snake game, entered the name in here and clicked on the start game option, and it will now be able to find all the issues. So currently it has found a issue with the frame rate stability under normal conditions. So that is something that we need to fix. And again, we can find all the details in this error log right here. So all the code, the issues and everything else. And in a similar fashion, I can find more details about all the tests carried out by the TestSprite MCP by going over to this section right here. For example, let's say game launch speed. So if I click on that one, it will open a detailed view and also show us the preview of the AI doing all the testing in action. Okay, so that is how it is. And again, if you prefer not to use the TestSprite MCP tool, but if you want to use the web version, you can also use testsprite.com itself. So if you head over to testsprite.com and if you click on this create test option, if you have already hosted your application, you can enter those details like the name, for example, let's say game, click on next. And after that, you can enter your API details in here, testing information, the product documentation, and click on next, and then configure all these details. And after that, you can actually run a test from the web interface as well. But I found it easy to sort of run the test from Cursor itself, because as I'm developing the app, I can test the app, find all the errors and resolve it. And now as you can see, Cursor is working on fixing all these issues, and currently it is fixing the non-functional start playing button. Okay, on click handler for navigation functionality, and now it is making all the changes. So the first issue is now fixed, that is this one right here. And next up, it is working on fixing the navigation system, that is to return to main menu from game. So we have a main menu option, but when we click on that particular button, the button does not really work. So the AI is currently fixing the same. So as you saw, this is how simple it is to create a app or a website using AI and also test it using TestSprite. So we actually created a mini games website. So here we have let's say space shooter game where I can shoot objects. And right now when I play this game, I can actually feel the FPS issues in here. So the game is kind of lagging. So our test was able to figure that out. And we also have a snake game. Okay, let's put some random name. And there you go. Here we have the snake game as well. So all of that is fully functional. So next up, all you gotta do is to add even more games to the platform and deploy the same to Vercel. And after that, you can connect a custom domain and then do some SEO and get some traffic. And you can even add banners, that is ads to your website, like displaying banner ads in here. And every time the user plays the game and one of them clicks on that particular ad, you get to make money. So this is basically what I wanted to show you in this video. So basically we just went ahead and created a full-fledged mini games website with no authentication, no login, nothing. A plain simple website where users can visit the site and play a game. And that is exactly what all these websites that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month is doing. And they don't have authentication or anything else. All they have is display advertisement, and people visit the website, play the game, views the ad, and they get to make money. So that is how it is. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. And now if you are about to, let's say, create a new game, a website or an app, the perfect workflow for you is to use a combination of Cursor and TestSprite, or let's say Tray AI or TestSprite. So basically use Cursor, like AI core editors like Cursor, to create the actual application. And once a core feature is implemented, after that you can use TestSprite MCP to run a quick test for both backend and frontend to make sure that your app indeed works and all the features are working as intended. So this way you can make sure that your app does not really have any bugs or security issues, and pretty much everything is in sync. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. And now if you do want to test your application before pushing it to production, or let's say find any issues or bugs within your app, all you gotta do is to click the link in the description below, head over to testsprite.com, sign up for a new account, and you can to start using it right away. And now that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you guys found this video useful. If yes, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.